Hello everyone. So now let us see the skeletal system part 2. Under that we will going to see the following learning outcomes. Then the axial skeleton from that of the skeletal system part 1, that will be continue over here. In the skeletal system part 1 we were seen about the cranium and the face of the skull. Now under the axial skeleton, here we can see the hyoid bone and the auditory ossicles. So in the continuation of this axial skeleton, you can see over here the hyoid bone is generally the one in number in human body, which is of U-shaped bone situated at the root of the tongue in front of the neck. Then functions, it provide an attachment structure for the tongue and for the muscles in the floor of the oral cavity. The bone shows no articulation with other bone. This is the special characteristic of hyoid bone. Now let us talk about you can see over here the diagrammatic representation of hyoid bone, where it is located, larynx, hyoid bone, and this is the structure of hyoid bone. Then after that hyoid bone we will going to see the auditory ossicles. So this is the diagrammatic representation of auditory ossicles, which consist of these are the three parts of the auditory ossicles, that is malleus, stapes and the incus. So these are the three bones and their different nomenclature of the each part of these three bones. So let us see the details under that. Auditory ossicles. Auditory ossicles are from the generally the Latin names. The malleus is nothing but the hammer, incus is the anvil, and the stapes is the stirrup. These are the actual meaning of this particular word, which is coming from that of the Latin words. Generally, the mechanism of the auditory ossicles are likewise. The auditory chain reactions start when sound reaches the eardrum. Eardrum is nothing but the tympanic membrane, and the vibrational pressure is passed into the malleus. Then the vibration is then passed into the incus, which flexes at another incudo-malleolar joint. That is, incus and malleus bones are joined together, that is called as incudo-malleolar joint, before transferring the impulse to the stapes. Okay, and then after the stapes, the role of the auditory ossicle is complete when the vibrational input is passed into the cochlea through the oval window, which is nothing but the opening between the middle and the inner ear. This is the actual mechanism of the auditory ossicles and their bones included into that. Now let us see about the vertebral column. You can see in the table, vertebral column consists of the 26 bone, which includes cervical, 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 1 sacrum and 1 coccyx. When 1 sacrum and 1 coccyx is nothing but the sacrum is the 5 fuse bone and coccyx is the 4 fuse bone. So sometimes it will be calculated as 33, but generally when we are considering the sacrum is a 1 and coccyx is a 1, then the vertebral column consists of 26 bone. So as the axial skeleton consists of the 80 bones, then it is to be vertebral column, it consists of the 26 bone. Then here in the table you can see the thoracic cage, which consists of the ribs, 24 ribs. So total 51. So now let us start with the description of the vertebral column. Vertebral column is made up of 26 bones, and which 24 bones are free vertebrae followed by 2 bones, that is sacrum and coccyx. The upper vertebrae are movable in adult human, and sacrum is made up of 5 fused vertebrae and coccyx is made up of 4 fused vertebrae. You can see that intervertebral disc of the cartilage is present between the vertebrae. This is the diagrammatic representation of the vertebral column. You can see that cervical, thoracic, thoracolumbar and the lumbar vertebrae, and these are the numbers of the total vertebral column. So as we know that this is the movable vertebrae which is present, we already seen in the table. Then functions: vertebral column form major supporting axis of the body. It protects the spinal cord, it protects or it supports the skull at the top, it provides rigidity and flexibility, it is the attachment sites for the muscles. And now let us see the another vertebrae which is very important with respect to that of the vertebral column. That first one is the lumbar vertebrae. Okay, this is the diagrammatic representation of the lumbar vertebrae. You can see over here the different parts of the lumbar vertebrae, body, spinous process, just have gone through that. Here is also the thoracic vertebrae. You can see the different parts of the thoracic vertebrae and their lateral and the anterior view. Then let us see the thoracic cage. Here we can see the diagrammatic representation of the thoracic cage. Thoracic cage consists of the 24 ribs, as we already seen that, and that consists of the true ribs 1 to 7, false rib 8 to 10, and then the floating ribs. Floating ribs are the 11 and 12, and these are the another different parts of the, that is the sternum, right? Sternum consists of the that manubrium, body and xiphoid process, right? And here you can see that the description of the thoracic cage. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. The another, with the continuation of the same thing, the appendicular skeleton, we will going to see in the skeletal system part 3. So till then, have gone through that skeletal system part 1 and 2. We will come after the part 3 with that of the appendicular system. Thank you.